look at the alliance between Biafra and Ambazonia. We are going to talk a little bit about the relationship between Nigeria and Cameroon as a whole. And then we are going to explore some options as to some of the mistakes that some of our leaders are making in Cameroon, and to help us gain clarity so that we will not end up making the same mistakes. And I want to start by saying this platform is designed for Cameroonians below the age of 40 who believe that we can achieve peace, unity, freedom, and prosperity in Cameroon without bloodshed. If you are above the age of 40 and you welcome this initiative, then we want to let you know that we welcome you as well. But if you think otherwise, then this is not the platform for you. Today, I want us to throw a little bit of light on this whole Biafra-Ambazonia relationship, because as we move into 2024, it is important that we have perspective, right? I want to start by saying that any Nigerian who thinks that they are Biafrans and they want to come into our territory, we say no. And we say no for many reasons. I want to start by saying Cameroonians boycott every Nigerian movie. Boycott every Nigerian content. Go on your Facebook page and unsubscribe and block a lot of content coming out of Nigeria. And this is the reason. I want to ask everyone watching right now, if you are an Ambazonia and you believe that the relationship between Ambazonia and Nigeria is something that you should welcome, I want to ask you a question. Who betrayed Sisek Otabi and the rest of the crew that went to Nigeria? Nigerians. Okay? They betrayed you guys. And today, for some reason, you think that Biafra is different from Nigeria. I want to ask another question. Did Sylvester Madu know that you guys were fighting a war? Obviously, he was informed. He knew you guys were fighting a war. Did he respect that? No. He came to Bamenda to act a film on drugs. And this is an actor that has been part of the movies that have indoctrinated our people. The Nigerian movie industry has caused more havoc in the brains of our people than French-speaking Cameroonians. Because people want to own stuff, right? And I say it's not about what you own, it's about what you control. They control your minds through their movies. And they have been doing this for years, and you've been programmed for years through movies like this. Most of the Amba soldiers that have died believed in the Nigerian voodoo. Odeshi. Do you see what the movie has done for us? Do you see what their movies has done to our children, to our young people? It has conditioned them to go die with the hope that somehow if a native doctor or witch doctor tells you that I've protected you and you are strong, you go out there, they shoot you, the bullet won't get in. And guess what? Most of our young people have died because of that. And this guy is one of those guys that have acted in most of those movies that has made you to think that you are invincible. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Now, when he came to Cameroon and you guys attempt to kidnap him, what happened? You guys did not succeed in that mission and you killed 5 people. Are you guys following what I'm saying? You killed 5 people. An activist, a Biafran activist, came online and warned you guys that Cameroonians do not, or Ambazonians do not dare our boys. Do not dare to touch our people, or else we are coming after you. Are you guys understanding what is going on here? He came online and said, do not dare our boys. And after that, we went and still created an alliance. Do you see how smart our leaders are? All these guys, that's what I'm telling the young people. Don't be fooled that someone is old. It indicates that they are smart. Most of them, some of them are not. Are you guys understanding? And we are not dumb. This guy came online and warned you. Who taught you guys how to kidnap people for ransom? Nigerian movies. And I just want to go through all of this because this guy came online and warned you guys that we are coming after you. Be careful of the relationship you're creating with Nigeria, because when they get in, to take them out will be a problem. I know them. Okay. These are movies that has indoctrinated you to think that anyone that is wealthy has probably sacrificed somebody. This movie, Billionaire Club, I remember when this movie came out when we were growing up, it conditioned us and programmed us to think that you have to sacrifice. I made some little money out of a film that I produced when I was in Cameroon, and all of a sudden people start telling me, you got to go protect yourself because people are coming to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? And that if you have money, you got to protect yourself or else they will take it away from you. I'm like, what kind of thinking is that? If I didn't live here in America and see how things work, I'll still be thinking the same way. They said, oh, there is this native doctor in Banso. You have to go there and protect your money. If not, they're coming to take it. And I was freaking out. Now, this movie, The Governor's Kidnap, has indoctrinated our people to understand how you can kidnap someone for ransom. Most of these ideologies of kidnapping people for ransom came through Nigerian movies. I want to let you know, movies or movie production is a huge part of people's culture. What Nigerians have portrayed through their movies is part of their culture. We never knew this kind of thing in Cameroon. We never knew this. I want to show you how Nigeria is more of a havoc to you and your brain and the thinking and your next generation than you think French Cameroon is or French-speaking Cameroonians are. That's why I encourage you guys. We got to integrate. We got to join with our brothers from the French-speaking Cameroon and build that nation. That's why I encourage you to boycott Nigerian films, boycott their content. Next time they are producing a movie like this, they should be able to write it up. This is just for entertainment purposes. They will have to do a lot for us to even watch their content anymore. Unsubscribe, block them. This is programming you. We've lost a lot of boys attempting to go out there believing that they are protected. Bullets can't penetrate them. They got to kidnap people for ransom. It is impossible to make money without shedding blood or without killing someone. All of this has been manifested through the struggle. This entire struggle has been masterminded through films that you guys have watched from Nigeria. This movie, Sakaba, is one of the movies that came out when we were growing up at the time. And I just want to let you know, most of our young people, they went out and tried to practice this. They went out and tried to do Sakaba. This is our boys. Do you see it? This is our young people. They had all those things around them and believed that they were invincible, and they've died, thousands of them. Those are some charms. Those are charms that they believed that was protecting them. And I just want to let our young people understand. How can our leader, knowing that our leaders who went to Nigeria sold them out, and they are still in prison till today. If you care a little bit about Seseko Tabe, if you care a little bit about him and Tassan Wilfred and all the other people who are in prison, you should have nothing to do with Nigeria. If Nigeria had nothing to do with Biafra, why would this young man come out to threaten you about Sylvester Madu and JJ Okocha? when these figures are representing Nigeria. Are you guys following? These guys, these actors, these football players or soccer players, they represent Nigeria. If these guys are Biafrans, why should this man come up to threaten you guys? You see all these games, all these so-called Biafra game that they are playing with you guys, playing with your lives, Ambazonia game of madness that they are playing with your lives. Are you understanding what I'm saying, young people? Once you get them into your midst, it will be difficult to take them out. And again, I want to set the record straight. Nigerians are not as smart as you think. I'll repeat that again. Nigerians are not as smart as you think. I've associated with a lot of them. And when we hang around, they know. They're like, dude, you're something else. They know. Most Nigerians that I've hung around with, they know. And they give me a lot of respect. I don't just go around thinking about what I see on TV and let it control me. And I hang around people and I begin to feel like they are more smarter than me. If you listen to Ayabacho and the Biafran leader, Ayabacho has more vocabularies in his mouth than the Biafran leader. And I just want to let you guys know that they are not as smart as you think. What Nigeria really has that you guys feel intimidated about is confidence and courage. Confidence. Nigerians have confidence and they have courage. That's all. And that can be trained. You can be trained to be confident and be courageous. The reason why I'm confident and courageous is not based on the fact that I was trained to be that. Yes, it is part of it. But the reason why I'm confident and courageous is because I know who I am in Christ Jesus. Most importantly, because I'm knowledgeable about what I'm talking about. I speak like this with confidence because I'll back it up. I'll back it up with work. I'll walk anybody out that tries to discredit me. I will outwalk you. It took me 7 years to think about what I'm doing here. So I'm not ignorant and we are going somewhere. Our entire nation will be free. We will be extremely prosperous. And I repeat again, Cameroon will become a first world nation, the first world nation in Africa in the next 20 years. We are going to do it together. And I want to let you know, God raised me in a time such as this so that we can accomplish this mission. We will keep our ego down. It's not about me. Oh, you check it, wait. That's not what we are dealing with here. What we are dealing with here is poverty. What we are dealing with here is pain. What we are dealing with here is joblessness. What we are dealing with here is this brainwash that we have been through for this long time, and we are coming out of it. And if God will raise me to be that person that will help us come out, it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter what I think I am. Can we do it? That is what is very important. Are you guys understanding? And there are other great Cameroonians that I know, extremely smart, that together you see their genius and how excellent they are in executing a project, that we will achieve these goals together. Are you guys understanding? It's a cooperative effort. The entire nation is saying we are tired of being broke. We are tired of being in the same spot. We are tired of being brainwashed by Nigerian movies and Nigerian content. And we want change. Do you guys understand? And I repeat this again. Nigerian movies and Nigerian music and Nigerian content has done more havoc to the psychic, to the psychology of English-speaking Cameroonians in general, than French-speaking Cameroonians. And that is a fact. And I can back it up. Your actions are evidence to that. They sold out your people when you came to their nations to have a meeting. Their actors knew that you guys were fighting a war. They came in to make a mockery of you guys. A Biafran leader stands up and tell you guys to be careful because they will come after you if you dare try to kidnap their own. So is that someone you will call that is not a Nigerian? Will you say that guy is not a Nigerian? He is a Nigerian because he stood up for someone who was a Nigerian. And you guys got to learn this. For those who are in the entertainment industry thinking that Nigeria has to hold their hand for them to be visible. And I want to let you know today dismiss that myth. Nigerians will never help you. All of our artists that have tried to associate with Nigeria, they've gone nowhere. It's like when you get with them, they just steal your shine. Or they swallow you up in their crowd. And you never ever try to make someone or make someone who is above you become your market. Are you guys understanding? You don't try to sell to someone who is above you. You sell to someone who is below you. That is how you market. You market to someone who needs your product. Except your movie or your music or your show is above the Nigerian standard, then can you sell in Nigeria? If not, it's a waste of time. And there are many countries in Africa that speak English that you guys should be thinking of networking with them and start selling your products in that market. Because that market is not yet developed. That market is still fresh. And somehow you're stuck with Nigeria. Africa has a population of approximately 1.2 billion people. Nigeria is just about 213 million people. There's a huge market, and speaking French and English is a plus for you because you can explore every market in Africa. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? You can be just a marketer of Cameroon products and become extremely successful just within Africa. And you need a paradigm shift to even believe that this is possible. Okay. Let me read a couple of those countries for you, guys. These are nations in Africa that speak English. You have to start thinking about this market. Are you understanding? Angola speaks English. Botswana speaks English. Egypt speaks English. Eritrea speaks English. Eswatini speaks English. Ethiopia speaks English. The Gambia speaks English. Ghana speaks English. Kenya speaks English. Lesotho speaks English. Liberia speaks English. Libya speaks English. Malawi speaks English. Mauritius speaks English. Mozambique speaks English. Namibia speaks English. Nigeria, I'll skip Nigeria. Republic of South Sudan speaks English. Rwanda speaks English. Seychelles speaks English. Sierra Leone speaks English. Somalia speaks English. South Africa speaks English. Sudan speaks English. Uganda speaks English. The United Republic of Tanzania speaks English. Zambia speaks English. Zimbabwe speaks English. Do you see the number of countries in Africa that speaks English? And this is a fresh market that you can explore. When you go on your Facebook, because what I am doing on this platform is a generational transformation that we are doing for our people moving forward. Are you guys understanding? Generational transformation. All of these nations are untapped. You shouldn't be sitting on a television station in Cameroon and discussing how Nigeria is your savior. It is a shame. They've done much harm to our psyche than any nation in that continent that you can think of. Our boys are dying today because of Nigerian movies. They believe that they are invincible. Our people are kidnapping for ransom today because of Nigerian movies. They've kidnapped their own even. They kidnapped Okwa at some point. They've kidnapped Pet Odochi at some point. They've kidnapped many actors, celebrities, governors in Nigeria and asked ransom. You guys picked this habit from Nigeria and many other bad habits that you picked from Nigeria. That is how our youths have been corrupted through Nigerian films. So I encourage you to go on your Facebook page and block at least 20 bloggers coming out of Nigeria every day. When you do that, you start seeing contents from other African countries. It will shape your perspective even about Africa and your surrounding. Most importantly, subscribe to bloggers and news channels from America. We will not want to build our nation and be looking at a developing nation like Nigeria. Let's look at a developed nation. Because if your goal is to become the wealthiest nation and you're looking at Nigeria, it will never hit that target. And that is what I'm doing here. Paradigm shift, changing our narrative, changing our perspective, reformatting our brain. This is one thing I realized, guys. Like, I have a Mac computer, right? At some point, this computer was slow. And I called Apple and I was asking, like, what's going on with my computer? And we started diagnosing the problem. And Apple told me that I will have to format the computer. There's a virus in my computer and I'll have to format it. And I'm like, what is going to happen with all my data? And he said, you can either have a backup and transfer all that data, or if the data is not important to you, then you can go ahead and format that computer. I'm like, all the data I have in there is not that important. So let's go ahead and format that computer. We formatted that computer, have a new operating system running in that computer, and I was able to have my computer back clean and fine. And what I am doing here is to take out all the virus that I know is the substratum of our demise, the substratum of our problems, the substratum of our thinking. We sit on our Facebook and watch substandard comedians from Nigeria, substandard filmmakers from Nigeria. And what do you think will be the outcome of your life? What will you produce when you watch substandard comedians, substandard actors from Nigeria? I want to let you guys know, you should not be watching any upcoming artists from another nation. The upcoming artists should be, their content should be consumed by their nation. When they make international, then you can be able to watch them. Are you understand what I'm saying? We are not a dumping ground to consume anything that come out of Nigeria. When they refine their content and they get to a level where you feel like this is an A-list film, then you can watch that. There are many rappers here in Chicago, in America, that are upcoming artists. You don't know about them. You know about the top artists that you see on your TV. Do you know why? Because why? The nation has selected all those group of people, and then what you watch on TV are the A-list actors, the A-list musicians. That is the group of people that you watch. You cannot be watching upcoming artists from Nigeria and trying to be inspired by their content. Do you understand how limiting that is? Your crowd will push anything. And don't be frightened by that. Like I say, it's not about size. If it's about size, America will not be the richest nation in the world. It will be probably China or India. The reason why America is the richest nation in the world is because of their talent, their belief in themselves, which is what I want to instill in us, to have some faith in that nation. Nigerians are not as smart as you think. What they have is courage and confidence to face the world. And you can develop that. Guys, what I'm sharing with you here is timeless. If you take what I'm sharing with you here, you become a millionaire, you'll be extremely rich, you'll be a positive and optimistic person. I mean, like, your life can really transform very fast. Whatever you think you've achieved right up to this point, you realize that you're still joking. Honestly. It's about understanding your worth. It's about understanding your value. It's about understanding what God has put in the inside of you. I've made mention of people like Samuel Etofis, and I've said Samuel Etofis is not that successful because Nigerians held his hand. Francis Ngannou is not that successful in boxing because Nigeria held his hand. You see why we got to dispel all this myths? Now, I want to show you something. Right here is a $20 bill. I want to let you understand that wealth is spiritual. Wealth is spiritual. Wealth is not physical, because people keep thinking that maybe wealth is something physical. No, it is spiritual. It's in the mind. That's why people are looking at resources, looking at that. Wealth is spiritual. This $20 bill that you're seeing in my hand right here, on the other hand, here's a quarter. This is a $20 bill and this is a quarter. I want to ask you a question. Which of these has more value? The $20 bill. This is a quarter. This is like 100 francs. If you look at this money that I'm holding in my hand, you realize that this quarter, more resources went into creating this quarter. This is iron, this is steel. More resources went into creating this quarter. This is made out of paper. But this has more value than this. Are you guys understanding? Why? Because of the message that it carries. The message that this $20 bill carries makes this $20 bill more valuable than this quarter. But yet the resources that was used to make this quarter is more valuable than this. So my point is, guys, wealth is spiritual, and the message that you carry that enables you to communicate your perspective of the world is valuable. And so stop thinking that in order for you to be rich, you have to only focus on resources or focus on stuff that you see around you. You got to think outside of the box. What is in your brain that God gave you? Because somebody will look at the car and you'll be valuing the Lamborghini that somebody is driving. Guys, I want to let you know the man who created that Lamborghini had the thought in his mind. Was transferred into products and services. We had a Lamborghini. It starts in the mind. It's not about the things. It's about the mind. It's about what you have inside your brain. That is what will create wealth for you. And as we start changing what we have inside our brain, it's about the message, guys. It's all about the message. $20 bill. It's about the message. It's not about the resource. It's not about what you see. It's not about how strong this iron is. It is valueless. This iron has very little value compared to this $20 bill. And some of you now, you might just like, oh, this is just a piece of paper. No. If you go out there to buy something, you're going to get more for your money compared to this. The lowest form of labor or the lowest form of value is implementation. The lowest form of value is implementation. People trading in their time for money, working 20, 30, 40 hours a week in exchange for money. Most of them are in the implementation sector. That is, their value is derived by putting in time, labor. It's all about the physical. That is the lowest form of value. That's why you see many people are broke. Why? Because people think that they have to trade in time for money. They got to clock in to make money. The second form of value is management. At that stage, you can be able to manage people, blending both what the CEO intends and what the employees should do. You become the mediator. You are the manager. You can make some money or some significant money, say maybe $100,000 to say $250,000 if you are an A-list manager. That is the second form of value. The third form of value is called communication. You see musicians, actors, people who are creative, they fall within this category of communication. Speakers, motivational speakers, all of these people, presidents, all of these individuals, they fall at this level of communication. They can communicate ideas and they make their living through that. That is communication. The last stage is imagination. That is the highest form of value, when you can be able to imagine concepts. So that is the next stage, right? Imagination. You see Albert Einstein coming up with all of these ideas. E is equals to MC squared, and he's able to solve some amazing problems in the world. And you see he gets paid for that. And I just want to let you know, imagination is the highest stage. And that is where I operate. That is why I was able to look at the Cameroon problem, look at the data, and I was able to understand that, oh, this nation started way back 1472. I'm able to identify some of the mindset drill that we need to make in order to experience this transformation. And that is why I'm tackling this problem in a ruthless way so that we can be able to have sustainable solution. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm understanding, oh, this is what Nigerian movies is doing to us. This is what Nigerian content is doing to us. This is what they're doing. We have some of their celebrities and some women out there with some character that is really terrible. It's not good for our community. And I just want to let you guys know, you guys have to boycott their films instantly, boycott their movies instantly. Let's see how we will not make it without Nigeria. They need you because you are the market. You are the customer. Where have you seen the seller feeling like they are more important than the customer? The customer is always more important than the business owner. I've run businesses and I understand this concept. You value your customers. They will have to persuade you to sell their movies to you. And they will have to change their content. And most of their copyright laws, they will have to change that. Movies that has violence in it, they got to let us know this is just for entertainment purpose. They will have to rebrand their products. And you guys can make them do that. You are the customer. Understand how valuable you are. That's why I'm letting you guys know there's a huge market, just even within Africa, that you guys have not even thought of tapping into. And when you go there, you have to understand that they are your customers and the way you treat them matter. We are not a pepper nation. Go out there and put any post and say Cameroon is great and see the first nation that will come badge you, Nigerians. They will call you a pepper nation. This is the time we said, oh, we boycotting Nigerian movies. They say, oh, Cameroonians too can do that. That is how they belittle you. And they'll say, no, it's just in the comment section. No, it's not just in the comment section. This is a mindset drill. They're trying to make sure that you don't have confidence in yourself. They'll make you feel weak. They'll make you feel like you're nothing. And I want to let you know, anyone that makes you feel inferior, make you feel like you're valueless, makes you feel like you are not strong enough, you should not be confident that way. And I just want to let you know, they are not good for you. Boycott them. I just want to let you guys know right now, go on Facebook, check any post that a Cameroonian is letting the world understand that they are strong, and see the first group of people that will come to put you down. It'll be Nigerians. I've seen this again and again and again. It'll be Nigerians. They'll be the first people to be threatened. A Nigerian artist rises up and say, hey, let's promote our own. Let's try to promote artists within our nation. Do you know the first group of people that attacks them? Nigerians. Why? Why are you hating on another nation saying they want to promote themselves? Why does it threaten you? Are you guys understanding what is going on here? Guys, this is high time you realize what is going on. Now, in Africa, there is this concept of pan-Africanism, which is Africans coming together to fight against the West. That is the whole idea, which is a terrible idea. It's disgusting because the world is moving forward. We should be able to let go of the past, collaborate with the best nations in the world, and be able to achieve success. I want you to pay attention to this. There is no one leader from Nigeria advocating for this initiative, and yet they have a population of over 213 million. There's no one leader from Nigeria right now that is advocating for this African unity. They come into the meetings and they sit there and listen, but none of them go out here and begin to say, oh, the West is bad. Nigerians don't do that. Are you guys understand what I'm saying? Nigerians let you guys do that. Why they go out there and learn from the same West that you guys are criticizing, and they come back and they are improving their economy, and you come and praise Nigeria for being smart. Where did they learn all the things that they are doing in their nation? They learn from the same West that you guys are trying to team up to fight, and yet they are not saying anything about it. They are not fighting with you on that. They stay quiet and they are developing their nation. Very soon, you guys will be looking up to Nigeria to be the next master that you learn from, if you don't wake up right now. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? What Nigerians have is confidence and courage. That's all. You guys are extremely smart. And if you start putting in the work to learn, to study, and follow the blueprints that I'm laying on this platform, the transformation is going to come very fast. Ask the question, why are they not advocating for this pan-Africanism idea? Why? Which Nigerian leader right now is rising up and saying the things that you hear someone from Kenya like Lumumba saying? Open your eyes. Open your eyes, people. Boycott their content, because what you're learning from them is substandard product that they copy these ideas from the West, produce it, and you're trying to copy them. What you get is another substandard version of that. What happens at the end of the day? Your economy dwindles. You're not going anywhere. You take your money, you buy their content, pack them in your rooms, and you're watching it, and it's programming you to get up someday and go think that you can go fight out there without having a bullet vest. That is the only thing that will protect you from a bullet. It's a bullet vest. All of these charms and witchcraft and voodoo and native doctors is all fake. How many of you guys have achieved protection from that? Yet their movies program you to think that way. So guys, what we will need to achieve success in Cameroon is to reprogram our thinking. We need to format, just like I formatted my computer, you need to format your brain and let new information come in so that you start believing that is even possible in Cameroon. We don't have any faith in that nation. We have more faith in Nigeria than we do in Cameroon. Are you guys understanding? Even after seeing the great people among us that have emerged and they're extremely successful, we still doubt Cameroon. And our leaders are going and forming alliance with Nigeria. When they come in, it will be hard for you to take Nigerians out. And I want to let you know, most of them are all about the bag. It's about the money. It's about the money. If they have it, they're going to sell you out. If they can get money, they will take over your place. They'll take over your markets. They'll take over the brains of your children. They'll program you to their culture, because movies, music is about culture. And when they bring your culture to you and you adopt their culture, they have taken over your people. Nigerians have taken over the minds of our people more than French-speaking Cameroonians have done. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? This is something you have to wake up and realize. I want to ask you a question. Do you think that in this dispensation where we have the internet and all these nations that I've outlined in Africa that speaks English, the huge global market of English-speaking people around the world, you think you need Nigeria to hold your hand for you to succeed? How come Tizik Pancha was able to call the attention or attract the attention of Rick Ross in Cameroon? How come the young man Shoyo was able to grab the attention of 50 Cent in Cameroon? And you still think that you need Nigeria to hold your hands to be known? LeBianca just uploaded her song on TikTok and the whole world vibed to it. You think you need Nigerians to hold your hands for you to be known? You really believe that? Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? The internet that we have right now, it is possible for you to achieve any dream if you know how to create that content with love and let it connect with people, and you upload it on social media and you let it go viral. Gone are those days that we used to produce CDs. You have to be signed under a label. Someone needs to hold your hand. Those days are over. The internet has breached that gap. There is even an opportunity right here, out here, for you to succeed with anything that you do if you're able to touch people. You don't need any nation in Africa to help you to become successful. Believe that. Believe that. So young people, when you see your leader understanding that their leaders were kidnapped in Nigeria, their actor came to Cameroon to act, and the other guy said he was a Biafran, and you guys attempt to kidnap him, And their people rose up and told you, don't play with us. And then you turn around and say they are Biafrans. Are you guys understanding? So again, I repeat, and I'm repeating this. All of you guys stand up and say no to Nigerians coming into your land for whatever Biafra alliance. Stop them. We don't want you guys here. Whatever issue we have in this nation, we will fix it. We don't need your help. No nation in Africa has been able to stand up and help us. We will fix our problem. And this 2024 is the year that we will fix this problem. There will be peace in this 2024. And young people, as you begin to hear my voice, I'm talking because I care about you, I love you, and I believe that we can do more. The previous generation should not use you as an experiment. They did not fight in their time. And even right now, none of them want to go fight. And I want to say, I'm willing to pay the flight of 5 of these leaders. I'll pay their flight to go down to Cameroon and fight if they believe in that cause. I will personally pay their flight to go down there and fight. And ask them, because if they say, oh, they don't have flight money, I'm willing to pay their flight to go down there and defend that vision of 1960 that they believe in. Because the truth is, guys, if you tell these people to communicate with you without mentioning 1960, 1961, they don't have any other thing to say. Ask them, what about the time you guys were born? What about the 90s? What about the 1980s that you were born? What about the 1990s that when you were born? Can you talk about something that helps me in my time growing up and how the future can look like for me? Can you tell me about that? No, they want to tell you about some stuff that happened in the past and they are struggling to get over it. And so they are using you as an experiment to go die for this. I don't have no issue with the Amber boys. No issue with you guys. Because what I've heard from most of the people, most of the Amber boys that have surrendered at the DDR center, they keep repeating the same thing. We were misled by our brothers in the diaspora. Do you hear that? All of them say the same thing. We were misled by our brothers in the diaspora. And so I'm saying this to you. If you know what is good for you, don't collaborate with them on any mission. They should come and fight for their vision. Because when your own people, your own brothers that you guys are fighting with, when they turn against you and you surrender, do not say that you were misled. Because this message that I'm putting out here is very clear. These people are using you for their experiment. And I'm saying if you're kidnapping anybody for ransom, you learn that from Nigeria, and very soon it will cut up with you. Either a rival gang will start getting jealous of you and they will kill you, the military will kill you, something will go wrong. This kind of habit will not last. Don't destroy your own nation. And I'm telling you, what we are about to do here will bring you prosperity. If poverty is the problem, we will solve it. And I want to let you guys know, if you keep fighting and wait for the government to capture all of you guys, you'll be treated worse in that nation. If you think you're a second-hand citizen right now, you'll be a third or fourth-hand citizen if the government gets to be the one to put you guys to order. But if you guys drop this now, you will restore your confidence and dignity as English-speaking Cameroonians in that nation. And we will cooperate with the government, we'll cooperate with our French-speaking brothers in the Cameroon and fix that nation. This is my New Year message for you. So think well getting into 2024. And shut your ears from all of these people that are in the diaspora that you don't know them, you've never seen them, and they keep sending messages through social media and it's controlling you on the ground. Take your destiny into your own hands. Wherever you are, even in the diaspora, take your destiny into your own hands. You've lived in some of the most developed nations, and these nations were not built by government. For people to rally around and say the cause of their problem is because of the government is absurd. Every developed nation that you live in, the citizens of that nation built that nation. Some of you work for companies. I want you to go ask the question to your CEO or anyone that owns that company. Who owns this company? Is it the government? If it's not the government, then you just stop this idea that the government is supposed to create jobs for you. And that is why our taxes in Cameroon is high, because people are not producing. We have it in the back of our heads that the government is going to create jobs for us, which is not true. And then we move from there, we think, oh, through the billionaire club movies that we watch and all of these movies that we watch, we keep thinking that you have to do something evil to make money, which is not true. And then we believe that, oh, if someone shoots you with a gun, it's not going to penetrate because you've gone to a witch doctor and somehow he has protected you. No, bullet is going to penetrate you, which is not true. And then we also have this programming that we've watched from all of these Nigerian movies to think that you have to kidnap someone for ransom. All of this programming, we have to unprogram ourselves from this mindset that we've adopted, because it's destroying our culture. It's destroying our people. It's destroying our mindsets. It's destroying our community. It's destroying the next generation. We have to go past the past. If Cameroon ought to be what it has to be, it is up to us. This generation should be the generation of people that take responsibility for their actions. We're not going to blame anybody. Anyone that blames people all the time, run away from them. They are no good for your own mental health. And that's why I say run away from all these leaders. All the ideas you have in your head right now. You never had this when you were born. It is all environmental programming. Even these leaders. Joe Ayaba was a little kid like this. All those guys, all of them, Sako, all of them, they were little kids. They had none of these ideas in their mind. Somebody stood them down and told them this is how it ought to be. And they started believing that. They believed it to the extent that they started acting up in universities. And this is the outcome of their lives today. That is why we have to be careful of what we tell our children. Old folks, I want to ask you the question. The behavior of our young people today, how is it affecting you? Do you think it's a good thing to keep programming your kids on all of the stories that you have in your mind that happened, or some stories that happened in the past? They're going to rise up and hurt you as you keep programming them with these messages. Keep telling them how to hate people, how to act towards other people, and all of that. It is going to hurt you because they will terrorize you. If you're not careful and you guys don't take action and mobilize with me right now, your leaders are planning to fight for more 20 years. So that is, in the next 20 years, there will be no hope for you to go back home. Some of you old folks will die abroad. You die in exile and they'll bury you in exile. If we don't stop this 2024 coming up and be able to rebuild our nation and start taking responsibilities for our actions. Every nation in the diaspora was built by the citizens of that nation and not the government. And not through some resources. It's through talents. That's why people are born. You're born to come into this world with gifts and talent so that you can be able to exhibit those talents and make money and change the lives of people around you. That is why you were born. That is why you're here. To make a difference. Not to come up and pick up old ideas and try to make them become a reality. No, anyone who brings up any idea of the past and is trying to forge a future, they never succeed. They fail all the time. And at the end of the day, get back into worse situations than they were when they began. It is tragic, guys. It will not help you. It will take you nowhere. And these are some few things that I want us to act on as we leave this session. And my advice to young people, wherever you've been in your life right up to this moment, there are basically 4 things that if you take control of, you'll be extremely successful in life. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I've conquered this area in my own personal life. And so what I'm telling you here is not an illusion. It's not something that I'm telling you that you should live. It's what I live right now. Number 1, do not be controlled by money. Do not let money control you. People should not buy you with money or try to pay you to go do something that you think is not good. Number 2, do not be controlled by women. Don't let a beautiful girl take you off guard. If you conquer this, you'll be dangerous. They cannot stop you because this is why these people control you. Number 3, do not be controlled by food. Someone should not give you food because they want to program you and tell you what to do. No, do not let food control you. I've conquered this. Even as becoming a pastor, I got to fast for 21 days, no food. No food, just water. For 21 days. I got to do that to be able to stand up and look at my surrounding and say, hey, you can conquer any demon. You can conquer every adversity. That was what I did going into ministry. Number 4, your drug use, alcohol. People should not be able to control you with alcohol. That they take you and go buy a bottle of beer or 2 and then have you be acting a fool or tell you what to do. If you overcome this 4, you'll be dangerous. Nobody can buy me. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is what I want our young people in Cameroon to exhibit in this dispensation. So that when we are embarking on a production journey, a journey to transform our nation, nothing is going to move you from left to right. Conquer these temptations. When Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, the devil took him up the mountain and tempted him with these things. Turned the stone into bread. Jump up this mountain. They tempted him with power. When you overcome these temptations, I repeat again, if you overcome the temptation of money, that people cannot bribe you. People cannot control you with money. If you are wealthy, good luck. I respect you. I love you. Good luck with that. But what you have is not mine. So don't think because you have that money, it means you have control over me. No. If you're giving me some to help better my life, okay, that is good. But it doesn't mean that you manipulate me with that money. If you want to manipulate me, keep it. It's not mine. And so I don't go around looking at people because they have money. I feel like, oh, I should be scared of you. No, hell no. It is your money. It's not mine. And you having it doesn't make me feel any different. It is up to you. You see what I'm saying? And these things that I'm telling you, friends, has brought me enormous blessings in my life. It has helped me to make right decisions. Do not let money control you. Do not let women control you. Do not let food control you. Do not let drinks, alcohol, and drugs control you. Overcome these temptations as we embark on building Cameroon. Overcome food, overcome money, overcome women, and overcome drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. Overcome them. Do not be controlled by any of those things. That is the new nation we are building. The next thing is learn how to come on time. If you have an appointment with somebody, show up early. Show up at least 15 minutes to that time. If you have an appointment at say 12, show up at least 11:45. It will change your life. What I'm saying here will change your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Learn to show up early. Value people's time. It will change everything about you. So these are the things that I've been able to learn that has changed my own life, and I'm transferring it to you. This is a paradigm shift. We will become unstoppable in that continent. As you plug into this channel, my content is long because the years that they have taken to program you to be dangerous and destructive the way you are today, it got to take some time for me to hit you with this new content, new information to program your operating system in your brain so that you start acting and thinking different. All the Nigerian movies that you've been watching for hours that has programmed you to think this way, it will have to take this new information for me to keep bombarding your brain with this new information so that you can format everything that you've had in your head that is not helping you to be successful, to be rich, so that you can be able to adopt new ideas, new beliefs that can help you to become rich. Is what I'm saying making sense? So that is a reality, guys. We are carving a new path. It will be a new Cameroon. It will be a new nation that people will want to travel to Cameroon to enjoy and benefit from the Cameroon dream. It will be a nation where our brothers and sisters will choose very soon in the next 5 years to leave the diaspora and said, my country is better than where I find myself in Europe or in America. I want to go back home and build a life for myself, not just to erect a house there that you visit and then all of a sudden you die. No, you go back there to build businesses and build a life because it is the land of opportunities. Cameroon will become the land of opportunities in the next 20 years. We will do it. These are the basic things that I'm outlining here that will start shifting your character and your attitude towards the world. And all of a sudden, you start experiencing exponential success. God will bless us tremendously. Start watching movies that make people great coming out of America. Movies like The Pursuit of Happiness. Movies like The Founder. Movies that help you believe that you can create a business and it works. It doesn't have to take magic. It doesn't have to take you killing somebody for you to achieve that. These are new programming. You see what I'm saying? I'll be outlining films that you'll be watching. Content that you consume, that after that, it changes your perspective of reality. Content that will help you understand that when you make money, you save 10% and you never touch that 10%. No matter what happens, 10% of your salary every month goes into an account that you never touch. You never touch that money. Understanding that you need to be able to save up some money at least 3 to 6 months that can take care of your every bill, your food, that should in case something happens to you, you lose your job, you get into an accident, you can be able to live off that money while you get yourself back on track. Are you guys understanding? Understanding that the money that you save, the 10%, that money you're saving, not so that you can go buy some big house and impress people or buy a big car and impress people. No, that money that you're saving is so that if an opportunity shows up, you can invest. You can buy a stock. You can invest in someone's business or someone's vision that you believe and know and trust them. Knowing that you get a return on your investment. That money is designed so that you can save. Start saving up for your children's college, knowing that if they are going to college, you have money saved up. Right now, my children are still very young. 6 years old and below. I'm already preparing and saving up money right now for their college. Knowing that when they get to the age where they'll be going to college, I don't have to worry. There's already money saved up for them to go to college. Are you guys understanding? That is exactly how our nation will look like. That is how parents will start preparing for the next generation. All this idea that, oh, children are raising up so that they can make money, or they are getting out there, traveling abroad so that they can make money to save their parents. It will be the opposite. Parents should be able to save up enough to save their children, to help their children become better. The Bible says a rich man, a good man, leaves an inheritance for his children and his children's children. We are not following God. We are wanting our children. We grow instead of working hard, believing in our nation, doing our utmost best. No, we are working and thinking that we are raising up these children so that they will come tomorrow and take care of us instead of us taking care of them. I want to be able to take care of my children and their children's children. In America here, parents pay for their children's wedding, buy them a car and a house as a gift so that they start off life with less stress. They can go inside that home and think together with their wives or with their husbands and build a better life for themselves. In our case, no, the children have to give everything they have when they are getting married. This is the kind of culture that I'm bringing in Cameroon. If anybody is selling you any other thing, it's a snake oil. We will transform our own nation with these ideas. It's working here for Americans. It can work for us back home. We'll transform our cultures and all of our traditions and everything and have a better way of looking at the world. We are going to model what works. We're not going to hold on to anything and say, oh, this is what we have known, this is what we have known. If it's not giving us bread, if it's not feeding us, if it's not helping us to be rich, we will get rid of it. That is the new Cameroon. We're not going to sit and blame anybody. We'll look back and say all of this Ambazonia idea and all of this fighting and killing one another is a story of the past very soon. If we decide right now, Because when people understand leadership, you guys want the kind of leaders, oh, that feels like they're going to press a magic button and all the problems are going to go away. No, it comes with you saying, no, I'm done with this Ambazonia thing. I don't want this anymore around me. Every citizen in that nation, just like I've consulted with many people back home, they say they don't want this. You guys got to start speaking up and say no and tell those boys around, no, no, no. And as you say no, they're going to give up. There's Boko Haram right there in the north. Where is it coming from? Nigeria. Are you guys seeing how everything that is destroying our people, destroying our nation, destroying our psychic is coming from Nigeria? The president has raised the bees to fight that Boko Haram and they have not succeeded. I've lost friends who went into the bee in the north because of Boko Haram coming from Nigeria. So be very careful. Be very careful when you're creating an alliance with Nigeria. I have nothing against the nation, but this is a fact. This is not something I'm making up. This is reality. So, guys, I hope you got some value out of this video. I hope your perspective about what we are about to do in Cameroon, the Cameroon dream, I hope you are beginning to understand what I'm doing here. I hope something is shifting in your brain. I'll keep pouring messages that will help you gain clarity so that you can understand the root cause of the problem. Because this is a mistake that many people make. They don't identify the root cause. And they just look at the surface cause of the problem. No, look at the root cause. Our culture has been hijacked by Nigerian movies, Nigerian music. Our identity has been hijacked. They make you feel inferior on social media. They make you feel like you're worth nothing on social media. That's what Nigerians do to you. They make you feel like you have nothing to offer. Even when Francis Ngannou went out there and became the best in the world, they still think that he comes from Nigeria. They wrote that on social media, that he probably comes from Nigeria. To hijack every good thing that comes out of you. You guys got to say no to their every content. I'm saying right now, go on your social media and just click. You see, there's a three dot right there. When those blocks appear, there's 3 dots on your left. Click it and block at least 20 every day. So that you stop seeing content coming out of this nation. So that your young people will not be believing that if they go out there and they shoot them, the gun won't penetrate them. So that they won't be kidnapping people for ransom. So that they won't be thinking that they have to kill somebody, be a ritualist in order to make money. And so you see every rich man around you, you start thinking that they did something evil to get rich. All of this mindset that there's some cult in Cameroon, there's some cult in Yaoundé, that cult is the reason why everything is the way it is. All of these lies and brainwash that they keep pouring all of these lies into your head, thinking that there is somebody with some magic power that is controlling with evil power. I'm not saying that not evil people, they are, but all of these are lies. Many people work hard. Many people create masterminds. Many people create groups that can help them build and understand each other, share, network with ideas. And when you see them in that team, you think that they are ritualists. Every successful group of people in this nation, they have a mastermind. And if you see them having those meetings, you think they are cults. No, they just come together and act like, what are you doing to succeed in your business? We share ideas. What are you doing to succeed in your business? Oh, this is what I'm struggling with. Oh, I'm trying to control 250 employees. What do you think is the problem and how did you solve your problem? I'm struggling at this level of management. What do you think? This is how these leaders come together and they think. When you see them coming out of those meetings or going into those meetings, you think that they are cultists. No, they are just people that are ambitious and successful and they just want to sit around and network and share ideas. And some of you watching me right now, you have to cut off TV. In my house here, people don't watch TV. I stopped watching television long time ago. And somebody said, I'm a Real Madrid fan. I mean, like, what is Real Madrid giving you? I'm a Barcelona fan. What is Barcelona giving you? How much have you got paid watching Barcelona for all these years? This is just a drug so you can forget your sorrow and so you can lose touch with reality. After that, you have to realize you got to pay your bills. Oh, I got to go watch this series. What is that series giving you? Are you understand what I'm saying? You got to cut off all of this. I'm telling you, if you want change, when we do all of this, let's see if change doesn't come, if we will blame Paul Biya. But when I'm telling you guys here, right, let's do what I'm saying for the next 5 years. keep down all your guns. Get away with all this kidnapping idea. And let's do what I'm saying on this channel for 5 years. Cut off TV. Don't let money control you. Don't let women control you. Don't let drinks control you. Don't let all of these things control you. Keep to time. Cut off television. Don't watch it. You're watching other people that have succeeded in their lives. They have achieved something in their lives, and you're here on this TV. They call it television program because it's programming you to be watching other people who are successful and think that you can never achieve that level of success. That's what we've done with Nigeria. We've been watching them and they program us, and we keep thinking that they are the savior. This is ludicrous. Do you understand what I'm saying? Cut off the TV. Cut it off. Read books. You should not only read a book when you want to go write an exam. Right here, this is a library in my home here with books, and I read them. I have my Kindle device on my iPad. I read books. Books on every subject that I'm interested about. That's why I don't speak dumb here. I'm not a novice on any subject I'm talking about. Be it politics, be it business, be it relationships. I've studied extensively. I've studied materials going back as 14th century on every subject that I'm interested about. So I'm not talking dumb here. If you listen to what I'm saying here and you go find 4 books, just 4 books on psychology, on business, on relationships, on confidence, you will change your life. And just read those 4 books. A book that I'll recommend for you guys today. I would love you guys to start working with me because people are challenging me here. So let's challenge each other, right? Go read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. From that book, you're going to start understanding. I'll probably put a link to that book in the description. Go read that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That book will help you to shape your character. How to prioritize people. Like I'm here, I value you. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying here. And I put you guys first, even in my mind. I value you. You can feel that I speak with care. I speak with a lot of concern about you. I'm in America. I have my family here. I have my kids here. They are all American citizens. I would have cared less about Cameroon and move on with my life. And I die, they go bury me in a cemetery. I have nothing to do with Cameroon. It won't affect me in any way. The reason why I come here to talk to you is because I care about our nation. And I believe that I know without a doubt that we can experience enormous transformation within a very short period of time if we do things a certain way. Not doing certain things, but doing things a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? So guys, it's possible. And I want you to say, I can do it. Repeat that. Say, I can do it. Say, I can become rich. I can be successful. I am lucky. I am designed to be successful. Be saying these words to yourself and take the action steps that I've outlined and see what will happen in your life getting into 2024. I hope this message was a blessing to you. Subscribe right now to this channel so that anytime a message comes up, you'll be the first to be notified. Hit the bell so that every time something comes up, boom, they're going to tell you that they've uploaded a new content. We've uploaded new content and you can be the first to watch it. So do that right now. I love you guys so much. And until next time, stay blessed. All right, if you like this video, you're gonna like this other episode and you can watch it by clicking right here.